Stafford from Highland Park, Texas. Good time. Evenstein the block and the throw and a catch at the 40. It's Nakua in a thicket of Texans defenders. Has a catch on 2nd and 5 for 20. Well, on this drive, they got over 50.
And Kevin, what you're doing here is you see the safety in the middle of the field. He has 2 seam routes.
Good-looking drive, best of the day. 1st and 10, Stafford going deep, and he's got him. It's Nakua at the 10. And inside the 10 with a goal to go. Put him at the 8. Flag thrown on the play.
Here they go for it on 4th and short. With under a minute to go in the half, trying to take the lead.
4th and goal. The pitch out, Williams. Getting a block, cutting in. Got it. Touchdown. They tied the game.
Well, like I said, they really didn't do anything in the first 3 possessions. It was that final possession that got them, got them on the board. Actually gave them the lead for a little bit.
Havenstein with a nice block, and there's the catch, and it's made by Davante Adams.
3-hour highlight reel, because I mean, how do you just pick out a handful of plays with Davante Adams?
2nd down, 8, going deep. Oh, he's got him! Caught by Smith. Xavier Smith lassos a 36-yard Stafford throw.
Hold up, that's you saying that. We got two one-wide receivers.
Stafford end zone, caught, touchdown! Grabbed by the tight end. Davis, Allen, and the Rams go on top. Corum the back, and the chip block, and the throw by Stafford. Caught! Adams, 1st down. Jackson the block at the left tackle, and he's got him! It's Nakua. Grabbed by Gardner Johnson. Has the 1st down. They're deep in Texan territory. Here is a big 3rd down and 8 after the Texans just fumbled deep in Rams territory. To the air. Blocked by Jackson. He's got Nakua. Oh, and he got by Petrie. And down the sideline for a big-time 1st down.
Nakua shifting. They'll give it to him. And he's got it, and then some. Nakua is going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Rams. 45 yards. 7-3. Stafford makes the connection to Adams. The catch and curl. And brought down at the 40-yard line. So this is a 3rd down and 1. Quick snap, fake it to Corum. Stafford, and he hits Higbee. 1st down, and Higbee goes airborne across the 15. We asked Jeffrey Simmons about him. He said, I've seen growth year 1 to year 2. The details, even how he talks to us. Stafford emerges and throws. Oh, the hands. Davante Adams goes down low to snatch it. Shotgun for Stafford. Protection is there. Stafford, the touch to Davante Adams. 1st down inside the 20. Got off to a poor start to the season last year, only to turn things around, and they were hot going into the playoffs. Stafford on 1st down. Hooks up with Nakua. Stiff arm, Nakua out of bounds. So,
Puka Nakua.
And that is his 200th career grab in his 3rd year. Stafford. Deep ball, it's a missile to Nakua. In the divisional round. 3rd down and 2. Fake the handoff. Stafford, it's on time. Nakua hauls it in. 3rd and 5 now for the LA offense. Stafford tosses, end zone, touchdown, Davante Adams. Stafford hits him in stride for the score. New set of downs at the 49. Stafford tall in the pocket. Downfield, catch made, Whittington. Forced out of bounds. Stafford is getting everybody involved here for LA. Yeah, what obviously just took place, it was a nothing play. No one will ever remember it. Nope. It made no impact. Kyren Williams with an impact run inside the 30. So he gets to pad the numbers. Check to a run play, Williams. That's a 1st down inside the 15 with a flag thrown.
Fake to Corum. Stafford a deep drop. Looking long. Wants Davante Adams in.
shot. 44-yard touchdown, Stafford to Davante Adams.
Wouldn't show their pressure thinking they weren't ready to snap the ball.
Kyren Williams on a stretch play, looking for the edge, finding a seam, and getting 14 yards on the first play of the drive.
He's a special dude.
Drive begins with a Williams run. Williams breaks a tackle and swerves for 12. Got away from Zach Bond, who does not miss many tackles. The one problem for the Rams in the first half, they couldn't score once they got into the red zone. Here they go to Kyren Williams. He's in for the touchdown. Play action, one play. They find the end zone after it eluded them in the red zone in the first half.
All of a sudden, the defense takes the field with a little more energy.
Blitz coming and getting to Stafford, who got rid of it to Puka. He's got it for a first down. Stafford just barely gets rid of the ball, and then Nakua just barely catches it.
Watch Nakua in motion at the bottom of your screen. Stafford with pressure coming late, looking for Nakua down the sideline, and Stafford drops it in. Nakua finishing it off. Stafford backside pressure comes as he throws for Nakua on the sidelines. At the 38 and out of bounds, Nick Cross. On 3rd and 10. Stafford open over the middle. It's Davante Adams. That's a first down, and now the Rams are thinking points. So the Colts 46, a pickup of 16. Now Nakua in motion. They set up the screen to Nakua with blockers. Nakua inside the 15, and Puka down to the 10. It's a first down. Stafford into the end zone. Davante Adams with the touchdown. And the 96-yard Rams drive puts 6 on the board and grabs the lead late first half. A turnover on the opening drive of each half now for the Colts. Stafford to work. And it's Nakua back on the field. They were checking his thumb in the locker room. Four-man pressure. Stafford with time to the sideline for Davante Adams at the 30, inside the 25 before Adams is finally stood up near the 23 by Mike Hilton and Cameron Bynum. Down a touchdown, 3:25 to go, they'll go. Stafford looking, throws, Nakua with the catch and the touchdown! Stafford 49 game-winning drives in his career. Trying to start one here, and he's got Atwell all alone! 2-2 Atwell! And it's 2-2 goodbye! One play, 88 yards, and 2-2 takes it for 6.
5 receivers. Stafford goes that way. He turns around, makes the grab. Does Terrence Ferguson.
There it was on a big 3rd down.
Indeed, first catch of his career. Stafford fires open, making the grab at the 25-yard line is Jordan Whittingham.
It's reasoning behind it.
7 plays on this drive, all passes, 8 for 8, open and dancing and prancing into the end zone goes Kyren Williams for a touchdown.
Nickel corner, they ask him to do a lot of different things. He's held up well.
Steps up from the pressure, and along the sideline, the catch is made there by Davis Allen.
These receivers are playing really well. Nowhere for Stafford to go for the football there.
2nd and 10. Deep downfield, reaching up for it and hauling it is 2-2 Atwell. Covered by the rookie Siegel. 2nd and goal. Drive started back at their own 31-yard line. Quick pass into a lot of traffic, and it is caught. Nakua for the touchdown. The penalty, though, was on Lenore that time for 5 yards and a first down. Stafford flag thrown, and the pass for the moment is caught by Davante Adams. You know, normally when you have that much time, it's going to be offensive holding. They've now gained more yardage than the 49ers tonight. Stafford has time, slings it. Caught by Adams. First and goal. Up and stout.
You don't want to give this guy another chance.
Siegel, the rookie, Kansas State. Meanwhile, here's the pass. Caught. Touchdown. Kyren Williams. Case in point, last week. Hangs in there. Fires. That's caught. That's Adams. To the outside he goes. Tackled at the 37-yard line. Rams have all 3 timeouts. Start on the ground. To the outside. Kyren Williams. Lots of space. First down. A lot more. Tackled just shy of the 10-yard line. 2nd and 1. Again, the drop. Spins away. Going deep downfield. And it's Atwell makes the catch.
Play fake at Stafford with time. Back foot throw. Got his man. Higbee makes the catch. Beauty throw and catch, and the tight end Higbee's inside the 15. It's another Ram first down.
Sometimes in the NFL, you solve them on a play-by-play basis.
Stafford zips it over the middle. Caught by Nakua. Puka Nakua wide open inside the 20. He goes for a first down on a 3rd and long.
And the half, we just need our offense to get things going here.
They do. They're going to try it here with a strike over the middle to Davante Adams, and that's a good start, Aaron, hitting Adams in stride up to the 45. Stafford, no one's open, takes a shot, going deep. Kyren Williams, is he in? Flags fly, he's in. Kyren Williams gets another opportunity and walks in for the touchdown.
Experienced linebackers, they're always looking for that ball.
Stafford has Higbee wide open, makes the catch, walks in, touchdown Rams.
See in Zay's face, he knows.
Williams, a little stutter up the middle. Good run as he bouncing off his own players and into Ravens players, but into their territory.
Now from their own 42. Play fake to Corum. Stafford with time. Once again for his tight end. Colby Parkinson with a nice chunk play. First down Rams. It's the 5th penalty of the day for Jacksonville that had 10 last week. Stafford goes to a wide open. Davante Adams sat down in front of amidst 3 Jacksonville defenders and brings it in. And Stafford's going to throw for it. And he's got himself a receiver. And it is a touchdown. Terrence Ferguson, the 2nd rookie to catch a touchdown pass from Stafford today.
All right, well, maybe this is it.
Oh, Blake Corum's behind Stafford, and he's throwing for it, and it's Adams. And we have history. Davante Adams' 3rd touchdown reception of the day. And Matthew Stafford sets an international series record.
I just love the way he stepped in. He was playing nice football when Puka was out. That selfless, savvy wide receiver for Matthew Stafford.
Stafford on 2nd and 1, wide open. It's Adams who spoke with Megan moments ago. 3rd and goal, fake to Williams. Stafford to the end zone, wide open. Tyler Higbee for a Rams touchdown.
I really like him playing that nickel. He is so productive.
3rd down and 8. Stafford's pass is caught. Terrence Ferguson. For 3 seasons with the Detroit Lions. Stafford is older than Moore. And on the first play of the 2nd quarter, on 2nd and 18, it's complete. 1st and goal from the 3. Stafford, Adams, touchdown. Nakua in motion from the 49. Stafford fires downfield. It is caught. Touchdown. Puka Nakua.
Second down and 5. Stafford sets. And now he throws. Wide open. It's Ferguson. It is not a turnover. Third down and 11 for the Rams. Stafford finds his man Adams for a Rams first down at the Saints 30-yard line. Corn in the backfield, first and goal. Stafford looking for Adams in the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown. His second today. Second down and 5, and Williams stays on his feet. Takes it all the way down to the 32-yard line.
Meanwhile, the Bay's already down by the goal line.
Here's Williams. He's in. Touchdown. Kyren Williams.
Good to see him back in there today. On the opening drive, it's Williams darting through the hole and a good run and a first down.
Good, solid football. What a drive to start the game.
Another 3 tight end set for the Rams. Kyren Williams, left side. He's in. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Find that hole and run through it.
Another play-action pass with Stafford all kinds of times. Zips one to Davante Adams. Makes the grab. And then is taken down, swarmed to the 35. Blitz coming. Stafford kills the blitz. Gets it to Nakua. Breaks the tackle. Puka Nakua on his feet and in. Touchdown Rams. Second and goal here. Play pass. Stafford looking slow. Oh, Davis Allen. Touchdown Rams. The 400th touchdown pass of Matthew Stafford's career. Right now, though, he faces a 3rd and 8. 4-man rush, pressure, throws. It's Davante Adams. Perfect strike for a first down as he goes up to the 47. Second and goal. Stafford looking that way, throwing that way. Davante Adams scores again. Touchdown Rams. Rams without him. They bring the blitz again to the Niners. It's blocked. Stafford has a man. Ferguson catches this one. Down inside the 20. Handoff. Williams is in. Touchdown Los Angeles. And we get whistle. There's some little scuffle at the end, but the touchdown's going to count.
One of the great offensive play callers in the game. They love the way this offense and defense is coming together. Now they got to straighten out their special teams.
Play action man. Wide open is Colby Parkinson. He walks in. It's another Rams score. Guess who? A tight end.
Is it National Tight Ends Day? Somewhere Gronk is in the studio just cheering right now.
So into Seahawks territory from the 47. First run for Kyren Williams, who's got a hole, and Kyren Williams has a big one. Inside the 20. 30 yards on Williams' first touch of the day. They run it with Williams, and he's got a touchdown. LA finally cracks through. Kyren Williams on the board first.
Field goals against good teams get you beat.
Stretch play. Williams has a seam and more. Cuts it back. Inside the 10. Inside the 5. First and goal at the 1. 34 for Kyren Williams. Forces the other team to put the guys on the field that you want them to have on the field, that you can beat. Stafford has Adams this time. It's a touchdown with a flag down. There's a flag at the line of scrimmage. This time Adams beat Woolen. Let's see what the call is. Second down. Stafford wants Nakua again. Makes the adjustment, and he's inbounds. Back-to-back plays by Puka Nakua. This one for 20 yards.
It's been a great day out of 11 for the Rams.
Bootleg. Stafford has Parkinson. Colby Parkinson breaks a tackle, and another for a touchdown. Against his old team, Parkinson's in. Jet sweep. Puka Nakua has a seam, has a first down, keeps on going near midfield. 18 yards for Nakua before Bryant tackled him.
2nd and 3. Fake to Williams. Stafford on time. Puka on the run. Puts his head down to the 28-yard line. Rams jump the ball. 3rd and 18. Stafford. Sideline. Nakua. Inbounds first down. 1st and goal from the 1. Kyren Williams, the back. Stafford. Davante. Adams. Got it. Touchdown. Stafford, rocket to the end zone, touchdown Parkinson. Play pass for Stafford in the middle of the field, complete to Nakua. Puka takes it to the 38-yard line. 26 and a first down as the Rams continue to roll on offense. From the 24, high snap that he brings down. Davante Adams got another one. Touchdown Rams. Into the tunnel he goes. All the way up the tunnel. Chasing down all of his records.
2nd down 10. Stafford deep, reaching up. Nakua holds it in. Phenomenal, doing it all year long. Play fake. Stafford fires. Nakua again. Nakua will take it to the end zone. Puka Nakua, 41 yards.
Whoever gets that bye week is going to need it, and they will have earned it.
Stafford's got a man. He's got a touchdown, the rookie Ferguson. And Matthew Stafford says, don't count us out tonight just yet. 90% completion percentage, 250-plus pass yards, and 5 pass touchdowns in a game. Kyren Williams out of bounds as he approached midfield, and he's marked out at the Rams 48, a 21-yard carry. It was Xavier Watts who got him for the 2nd time. Last time the Rams had the ball. He's thrown 3 interceptions tonight. Here is a handoff to Kyren Williams, breaking tackles and getting 14.
They can lean on that running game. No doubt McVay would like to do it.
They fake it to Williams and now throw it to Kyren Williams, and there's a lot of room in front of him. Pretty good open field tackle by Xavier Watts. We've said his name 78 times in this game. He's playing great. They hand off. They pick it up. Kyren Williams dragged down at the 10 by Jesse Bates. Rams are back in the red zone. They're 0 for 2 in the red zone, trying to score touchdowns. How about Nakua? He says, not anymore. Touchdown Rams.
Final minute of this first quarter. Kyren Williams. Williams across midfield and picks up a Rams first down. Terrific effort by Williams. He gains 16. On 4th down, Stafford, end zone, Nakua, touchdown! What a catch! Second down and 9. Stafford's pass is caught by Higbee for Rams first down. Play action, Stafford complete. Parkinson inside the 5, dives for the end zone, touchdown! Looking to jump into the 5 spot ahead of the 49ers. They get it into the hands of Nakua, crosses midfield, and finally forced out of bounds. From the Cardinals 44, Kyren Williams. Williams a first down and more. Finally brought down at the Arizona 22-yard line, a gain of 22.
First in this, second in that. That's what I mean by this opportunity that Sean McVay doesn't want squandered.
On second down, complete for the end zone. Higbee, touchdown. Second and goal, Corum in the backfield. Fake to Corum. Stafford, end zone, touchdown. Second today for Parkinson. Stafford with his fourth.
Right there with Drake May. Going to be Stafford or May. Head-to-head for MVP. Going end zone. Puka Nakua, and just like that, Los Angeles is on the board. Nakua with his third catch of the drive. It's a 14-yard touchdown.
The main cog in all of that's the MVP candidate quarterback.
Look out for Davante Adams down here. They give it to Puka Nakua, though, and Nakua breaks tackles and gets his second touchdown. Puka Nakua having himself one heck of a day.
A tough matchup. They get down there around the 5-yard line or closer. It becomes Davante Adams time.
Stafford has Williams. Kyren Williams puts the Rams back in front. 1st and 10 from the 19. Stafford going towards the end zone. Parkinson! What a catch! And a touchdown!
Second and goal. It's on the ground. Williams to the end zone for the touchdown. Kyren Williams patiently waits. Finds the end zone to cap a 14-play drive, and the Rams are on the board first. 3rd and a long 11. 4-man rush. Stafford fires perfect throw to the tight end, Ferguson.
Not been going so well. Puka is first choice.
2nd and 3. This is caught. Great contested catch by Tyler Higbee. 1st and goal from the 5. Inside of 9 to go. Kyren Williams bouncing to the outside. Williams to the end zone. The Rams take the lead.
Think faster than they want to, and they're moving it down the field.
Stafford pressured, got rid of it. Sideline Adams. Yes, a catch. Ruled a catch. Davante on the sideline.
They're going to feel like they have to go 150 yards for a touchdown, not the normal length of the field.
Play action, pressure. Stafford going to take shot deep. Nakua's open. He's got it. Stafford to Nakua on a big connection down to the 26.
Simplifies the defensive structure when you have all those tight ends on the field, and Matt just is able to deal with the open guy.
Stafford rips one to Nakua in traffic, and he hauls it in. Into Seattle territory goes Puka Nakua, and he picks up 21. All right, 8 seconds to go, no timeouts. It's only a 3-man rush. Stafford, now is in trouble. Clock winding down the line. He's going to slide down. That's going to do it for the half. And they're going to say he was down. Seattle's picked up the ball. They say he's down. This play is over. Even Warrior is going to rightfully just take it back, but that will end the half. He was clearly down.
It's a great throw by Darnold and a great job by Kubiak dialing that up.
Now it's Stafford's turn on play action. Float one deep. Parkinson, beauty, and he's still on his feet. Parkinson down inside the 40. The former Seahawk has had a career year, and he makes that catch and into Seattle territory.
Heavy groupings that the Rams do a great job keeping the Seahawks off balance with.
Stafford now lets it rip far sideline. Davante Adams is down inside the 5.
3rd down and 3. Waning seconds of the quarter. Blitz coming. Stafford hangs in, throws wide open. There's Nakua. Nakua breaking a tackle, being chased, and they will get him at the 5-yard line.
It feels like 200 yards. I said that earlier in the game, the way this defense is playing.
Stafford going to go deep to Davante Adams, and he gets a lot of it right there. Oh, Davante Adams has come alive in this game, and he beat Witherspoon again. Now we'll see if they can make him pay. Stafford, low going deep. Nakua's open. He has got it. Touchdown.
Seattle's got to guard the sidelines. Nothing down the field and out of bounds. That's what would kill him.
Stafford zips it over the middle. Nakua makes the catch. Time is running at the 30.